few seconds. You know what I mean. Damn it. Hello. How is everybody? There was one more that if I can find her. And I'm not finding her. Oh well. I'm okay. Just hurting a bit. A little sore tonight. So. How is everybody? My back hurts. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, a lot of times when I'm in pain, I laugh. It's better than crying. So. So I was thinking it earlier. I think I figured out. Yeah, but if I do that, then they hit me, and then I end the live and go to bed. So I will. But I think I figured something out. You know, we've been wondering why they've been live streaming me and talking shit about me and everything. Couldn't figure it out, right? I think I finally figured it out. See, most people want to be famous, and when you don't have talents or, you have a boring life or whatever, you're not going to get any type of famous. Look at, Otis O'Toole, for example. Probably not the best example. Oh, shit. But Otis O'Toole and other serial unalivers confessed to multiple unalivings, even ones they did not commit, for more notoriety. So, I'm figuring, because I didn't know who these people fucking were, these people want to be famous. And what better way to do it than, So, they're not really going to be famous. They're going to be infamous. And that's what they want. And that's why they're doing. They're doing what they're doing. Now, I did some research earlier, too. So, the other Heather Enderton, as it turns out, her mother's name is Tanya, spelled the same way. Who lives in Arizona. And then Michael, tattooed. He is 41 years old. His birthday is in June of 1983. I never lived out of Illinois from what I can tell. And his parents bought the house that him and his mom live in 2006. He should probably make sure there's salt on the driveway because it looked very icy. Off-white house with a very bright white trim. the more you know. My day was okay. It was alright. It was freezing today. I did go out, though. I didn't get sugar. I got sweet and low. So, which is cheaper than sugar. You know. So, I mean, it doesn't take long to find things out. Even addresses and phone numbers. And names. You know. You can only do something to, like, what they've been doing to someone for so long before that person turns around and does her research and finds out every little bit of information that she can. Thing is, I don't think he has a criminal record at all. I think the tattoos and everything are just a cover. He wants to look like a thug, but it is far from it. He was probably one of those nerdy kids that got bullied in high school. That didn't have any friends. So he wants to look like a thug. To make people, like, intimidate people and that, which he did far from it. But my guess he got beat up a lot in school. Just a theory. We're talking about the people that have been live streaming me and talking mad shit. The things that I found out today. Addresses, phone numbers, names, more names. Yeah. So it turns out the other Heather's mom, her parents are divorced. The Marie person is her stepmom. Her mom's name is Tanya. I even know what she looks like because I saw her Facebook. And the ad lives in Mesa, Arizona. And if by chance that Heather Enderton, by chance if she is in fact also the child psychologist in Arizona, if she does have a degree and a license, she should really know that what she's doing, her license will be revoked. She will lose her license for what she's done. But I think that might be a coincidence. Because that one works in Glendale, Arizona, or something like that. Not real sure. But if it's the same person. What, Michael's mom, her name starts with a B. So, I'm not the one. Anyways, how's everybody tonight? Oh, she will. Because what she's been doing, you can't be a psychologist, psychiatrist, anything like that, and do what you're doing and expect that you're going to keep your license. It doesn't work like that. I'm good, just my back is killing me tonight. That's alright. I went to the deli down yonder, and good to have you here. I am a little tired. So, I did a little bit of research today. You know, we have the tattooed guy, Michael Joseph Victor Jr. I have the address, phone numbers. His mom's name starts with a B. The Heather Enderton, turns out her mother's name is Tanya or Tanya. And she lives in Mesa. And the Heather Enderton might actually be a child psychologist. Which means she would lose her license. So, the Heather Enderton is the one that came on my live on October 29th, I believe it was. It was right before Halloween. She's the one that said, "Oh my God, you're my long lost sister named Tanya. And you were kidnapped." Oh, they've been live streaming me, talking mad shit about me, defamation of character, doxing my address. The list goes on and on and on. The lies that have been told about me. But one thing that got me I've been very intrigued by is something this motherfucker put in the comments last night when he was on my live. And he mentioned something about why did the ambulance show up at my car, but he said in 2021. And he said it was because I was in addiction. Now, the cops didn't show up or the ambulance never showed up at my car at all in 2021. It was in the beginning of 2023. But then again, there was in 2019 when my ex drove on the military base and almost unalived me by driving into the wall when they put the wall up. That got me wondering, how would this motherfucker know all that? But yes, I was in fact in addiction at that time in 2019. Oh, he is. But yeah. So, the other Heather Enderton. I mean, she even put her kids on camera on my live, introduced me as their long lost aunt. Now, I figured it was because after all this time, up until recently, actually today, I figured it was because she was most likely related to the kidnappers. Which is still possible. But very intriguing. But yeah, if she is in fact the Heather Enderton that works as a child psychologist, she will very quickly lose her license. I'm not her long lost sister. If I'm Tanya, that is not her. That's not Tanya's sister. Tanya, the child that's missing, is not. That is not her sister. But I may be Tanya. We'll know till the DNA test comes back. But I don't think I'd be related to her at all. I don't know. But she still might be related to the kidnappers. So. Because I started thinking, where the hell did she come up with the name Tanya? Other than the fact it feels very familiar in that. And I don't believe in coincidences in any way, shape, or form. But it is very weird. So I looked. Sure shit. Her mom's name is Tanya. Spelled the same way. Because if they have pictures of me when I'm little and they were holding me in that, how'd they get them? Number 2, her being a child psychologist, if that is, in fact, if she is the one that's the child psychologist in Arizona, what she's doing and what she's been doing, she will lose her license. I don't know how she ended up being a child psychologist with the issues that she has. Who are you? Do I know you? This is very interesting. Is she a child psychologist that's about to lose her license? Okay, so she is not. Okay, so no, I don't know you, or no, she's not a child psychologist. I don't think I know you, but. So she's not a child psychologist? So she's not. So it's just a coincidence there's another Heather Enderton and. Actually, it says that she is, she's a buyer for Dillard's. But she also said that her husband was an FBI agent, which isn't even her husband, it's her baby daddy. But no, he's not an FBI agent, nor a police officer. It seems that she has a lot of issues. Oh, it's listed that he does online, but obviously it doesn't mean that he does. It could be a past job too. So, how does she, do you know how she came across me? Or how did that whole thing come about? Because I'm very confused and I'm not the only one that's wondering. And lo and behold, so she had no idea, but why? Because I have no idea who she is. I didn't even know about anything Didn't even know of her existence until she popped up on my live. Like, there's been people stalking me for a couple of years now, so it doesn't surprise me. Not realizing that I might actually be a missing child, a missing person. She actually used her real phone number, though, at one point. But why send me pictures of her and her sisters? Mimi, if you don't like my life or whatever, you could block me. Shit. Anyways. So she had no idea. She just, like, this makes no sense. I've been trying to figure this shit out. And she's still doing the shit. Still talking shit about me and that. It's like, she never knew me. Well, she's gonna have some explaining to do to Texas Rangers and that, isn't she? Oh, good. Hopefully she won't. Because it's very interesting that she knew the name Tanya, associated it with me, even as a fucking whatever. Because she's miserable with her own existence, obviously, and doesn't have, you know. So, she had no idea about Tanya Michelle Williams. Yeah, I mean, like, this all because this bullshit she wanted to pull. Turning my world upside down and everything. Come to find out I actually might be a missing person. But, like, that's what I don't understand. Why? If she don't know me, obviously, because I sure shit don't know her. She did it to other people too. Yeah, this is way too coincidental. She had to have known something. Law enforcement's going to be very interested in finding out what she knows. Not so fragile, am I? It is, however, a lawsuit. Either way, it's a fucking lawsuit. Good. Texas Rangers are still going to be probably questioning her and everything else. That's my question, because whoever Marks 11 is saying that she's done this to others, including after me, she did this to other people. Either way, she's going to be dealing with law enforcement. Oh, I don't trust anybody. I appreciate that. I would like to know who you are, though. Because in the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, which I've learned, don't trust anybody. You know, and I've learned that the hard way. Oh, shit. Either way, whatever it really is, there's consequences to actions. You opened Pandora's box, which was the dumbest thing you could have done. But it's too much of a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. In any way, shape, or form. Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't believe in coincidences at all. See, I've had the fake friends, fake supporters, fake all of it. I've had people come on here and tell me bullshit before to try and throw me off. It doesn't work. So, either way, law enforcement is going to find out, is going to figure everything out. Because, I mean, Mark's 11, I mean, that person there could just be one of her kids trying to cover their mom's ass, as far as I know. You know? Well, it'll be found out soon enough. Exactly. I just keep all the evidence that I get for law enforcement. I don't know. Well, to throw me off, to where she wouldn't get in trouble, or they think that she won't get in trouble, that law enforcement isn't going to talk to her. You know, after all this, you think law enforcement isn't going to talk to her? You know. So, Mark's 11, I honestly don't know who you are. And as far as whether I believe you or not, I take everything with a grain of salt anymore. Because I'm not dealing with it. But no matter what, she should have thought about that before she did it. Because law enforcement, they're wanting to know how she knew. and why she did it. There's consequences for this type of shit. And why continuously do this shit? There's consequences. Sorry. There is. So you want to tell me who you are? And you don't have to put it on here, but you could DM me and tell me who you are. Oh, that's not going to be hard because I have all the text messages and I have screen recordings. I have the number of things I have on her. Not to mention, she's the only one that had my address who gave it out to people and doxed me over 90 times on my live. That ain't playing. I'm not playing. So yes, there are consequences to be had. And when you reach out to me and tell me what you did and all that, that's a lawsuit. You turn my world upside down. The mental anguish, the defamation of character, you name it. I don't understand it either. My back is killing me. Turn around. Oh, Lord have mercy. But see, here's the problem I have. The number of people that she has gotten involved in this, with this, it doesn't make sense either. They say you're only as old as you feel. Well, I'm about 90 right now then. That's how it fucking hurts. I think it's the cold. It's the cold weather. I don't do good with the cold. I hate the cold. Hello. I'm here, doing alright. I don't like Arthur, I'm telling you. Arthur needs to go away. Even hurts to fucking breathe. In my back. Let me remind people of something, though. The fake friends I've had, the fake supporters, people pretending to be supporters, and yet they just come in here to get information and run back and talk mad shit, or run back to her and tell her whatever. Or one of the other groups that do this shit. Yeah, sitting is horrible for my back. However, it hurts to move. That's why I'm sitting. Or half sitting, half laying. Mine feels like it has knives in it. Going, right, right across where your bra strap goes, like right across the middle of your back. I fucking hate it. Not to mention my hips, my knees, my ankles, my feet, my head, my neck, my whole body. Well, see, here's the thing. I have one left, and it's 750 milligrams. It doesn't, like, I've been on them for so long, they don't really do much for me. And I don't want to be on them anymore. I didn't want to be on them to begin with. I need a heating. You know what? I'm going to get a heating pad when I get paid. That's what I'm going to fucking do. Oh, yeah. I need a masseuse is what I need. I need a body massage. By a particular person. Anyways, that's a nerve system and fibromyalgia. That's what I think. Are you saying I'm complaining? You know, let me explain something. When I talk about that I'm in pain, it's because it's to the point where it's so bad I can't I'm having problems. Usually I hide it very well and pretend I'm okay. Yeah, I don't have rice right now. I'll be alright. Now, Louise Jackson, you must be new to my life. I'm going to tell you this right now. You have no idea what my life has been like. So you want to say welcome to the real world, you can kick rocks with that shit. Because the real world I know way too much about. More than you actually, most likely. I've been through things worse than nightmares. I've witnessed things nightmares are made of. So do you walk around in my shoes? Shut the fuck up. Okay? I don't put up with the shit. Do you know they say physical abuse, the pain doesn't last? Actually, it does. There's long-term effects. You don't even have to be in my life. You can scroll on. It's that simple. It's that simple, Louise. You can just scroll. And everybody in here will tell you the same thing. You can scroll. But bless your heart for thinking your opinion mattered. Hey, hun. I know, right? See, Louise, if you're still here, let me catch you up on some things. I'm sorry to hear that. Stay in bed, get plenty of fluids, just rest, and don't go anywhere. Um, See, Louise, if you're still here, let me explain something to you. I found out months ago, just a few months ago, I might be a person that was kidnapped. And with the memories I have, it also means if I'm that person, I was prostituted as a child and abused my whole life. Used as a party favor, people trying to unalive me, putting poison in my food and everything else. So until you walk a mile in my motherfucking shoes, shut the fuck up. Okay? Hang on. You know what's interesting about I never had COVID. I was around people with COVID. I took care of people that had COVID, but I never got it. Just like in 2012, I had C. difficile and E. coli all at the same time, and I'm still here. I never got it. My immune system is very interesting. They want their 15 seconds of fame and they want to be infamous and everything else. It's pathetic. I'm sorry to hear about your husband, by the way, Rebecca. It's COVID is a horrible thing. I know someone that was intubated for 33 days, but he survived. Luckily, well, you know. And I took care of him after he got out of the hospital. And he went and told people that I helped him a little, even though I took care of him. The only thing I didn't do was, give him a shower, wipe his ass, whatever. But I did everything. It was the guy who I believed was my stepdad. You know. Yeah, I learned it's always best to keep your circle small. Matter of fact, I'll tell you honestly, when it comes to keeping my circle small, it's just me. It's just me. I don't have a circle. It's me, myself, and I. If I had a penny for every time, or a dime for every time I was told I should write a book, I'd be rich. I'm telling you, I'd be rich. No worries, I'm going to. And when it comes to trusting people, quite honestly, there's only one person, well, a few people that I trust. One in particular. And, of course, his family. They're the ones I trust. I will never go on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is a fraud. He's a fucking fraud. He's a phony. He's not even a legit doctor, I don't think. And I could run circles around him when it comes to that kind of thing. Just saying. Oh, yeah. I'll be so happy when the results come back. I don't trust psychiatrists, psychologists. I don't trust any of them. Let me tell you, one time I went to a psychiatrist. It was when my adopted mother insisted on going into all my appointments with me, including the psychiatrist. Not even joking. Yeah, I know, right? Catch me outside, how about that? Yeah. So, it was my appointment. We went in. It was a video. And I'm an adult. And she insisted on going into even the psychiatrist with me. I sit there. We're sitting there. And he asked how I'm doing. And I'm telling him. Or trying to tell him. And mid-sentence, he stops me. He's like, you know what? I'm going to stop you there. You don't care about anyone but yourself. It went on and on. And I couldn't believe she's like, Heather, let's go. I've never, ever had a psychiatrist, any type of doctor, say anything like that, and I've never heard of a psychiatrist or a doctor saying anything like that to a patient who's in there seeing him, who they, where records show that this patient had tried several times throughout her life too, on life herself, and then the things I've been through, and for him to say that to me, it makes me wonder why he said it, and I'm wondering if he was paid to say it. No. See, the thing is, my life, I was always, my whole life I believed that no matter what I told, when I would tell somebody what was going on with me, or when it come to doctors or that family or whatever, I was always made to believe that nobody would ever believe me about anything. I mean, she convinced the therapist that I fantasized what her stepson did to me. So, yeah. Yeah. She convinced the therapist of this. So, what was I gonna do? Report this psychiatrist and that they were gonna believe me? The way my life has been, nobody ever believed anything I said. I always had to prove it. Still waiting for the DNA results. Hopefully soon. I guess it's brainwashing. I mean, I learned at a very young age. They taught me at a very young age never to run away. Probably short. It had to have been probably right after they got me that I tried running away. I'll never forget. She and I don't think after. Well, when you're. I would probably been 2.5 when they got me. So when you're 2.5 and you try running away and they catch up to you before you can get help and they take you and put you in the car and take you back to the house where they proceed to beat you to where, something caused it to where I wouldn't stop urinating. So I don't know if it was because of what they did, the beating or whatever happened in the shower with with who I believed was my uncle or what, but yeah. You know, in 2022, we're having an argument, as we did a lot. And I actually had a warrant for my arrest for failure to appear. Uh, so, and to this day, I don't like the uncle's wife. I just got a bad vibe from her. I should have known better. I should have got the bad vibes from them. I always felt weird whenever they would go to hug me or anything throughout my whole life. Um, yeah. Sometimes my back hurts so bad that it's hard for me to move. I don't drink. Nice try though. I don't drink. Um, like right now, sitting here, just right where my bra strap would go if I'm wearing a bra. If I was wearing a bra, it hurts to breathe. So, um, but she and I were arguing this one time, and we were in my bedroom, and I pointed out to the living room, and I said, "Don't you see that is trying to ruin our family?" And I don't know how I knew, but instinctively, I crossed my arms in front of my face. And the look on her face. And she just. She just started hitting me. Repeatedly. I'm alright. Michael Joseph Vincent Jr. Your mother's name begins with a B. I know your address. The house you live in, your parents bought in 2006. You should probably make sure there's salt on the driveway so nobody slips and falls. You know, the off-white house with the bright white trim. Your birthday is in June of 1983. You have a brother and sister. You've never lived anywhere but Illinois. As far as I can tell, you've probably never been arrested. You're probably one of those nerdy guys that got beat up in high school, so you got the tattoos on your face and that to make you look like a thug, but nonetheless you're nothing but you're still that nerdy, wimpy little boy. You just want to be infamous. Because nobody would ever know who the fuck you were if you weren't doing what you're doing. You're pathetic. I mean, you used to have a one-bedroom apartment in Chicago, right? Just saying. And your dad died in what, 2018? Or was it 2016? Oh, the tattooed guy that likes to live stream me, who's live streaming me and making fun of me because I'm crying and talking about an event that happened. That was hurtful for me. How do I know all this? The internet is an amazing place. Google's free, y'all. All I had to do was research. But as far as finding out his name, I'll never tell. But I am intrigued on how he he was on here last night on my live and started running his mouth. Now, he brought up the fact that, he asked why the cops showed up at my car, but he said 2021. Cops never showed up, or the ambulance never showed up at my car in 2021. There's 2023, and then there was 2019, and yeah, in 2019 I was in active addiction with my ex who drove on a military base. Alright, puppy power. You're a mod. See, I've never lied about anything I've been through, anything I've done. I'm very open and honest about my fucking life. And Michael Joseph Vincent Jr. there is just miserable with his own existence. He does have a lot of issues. But as far as him ever being arrested, he's probably never been arrested. If he ever did get arrested and went to jail even overnight, he'd be too freaked out. So he lives in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that his mommy owns. That her and her husband bought in, or her his parents bought in 2006. It's a nice house. But like I said, he should make sure there's salt in the driveway and on the sidewalk, because it looked like there was a lot of ice on the driveway from what I saw. Anywho, I said don't fuck with me. No. As far as I could tell, he doesn't have a job at all. Unless he's selling things. Do you realize I didn't even know who he was till he started doing this shit? The things that have been said about me and everything else. I'm on Social Security. I'm on disability. But I've worked my entire life. Literally. He's not the only one that does it, but you might, go ask him. I was never on any 5150 in 2018, 19, and 2020. I was actually with my ex in 2008, from 2018, from January 2018 to December 1st, 2020. I've never had a 5150. Except the times I tried to take myself out. And the longest I was ever in the hospital for was 7 days. I love how people come up with false information. So from January, towards the end of January of 2018, when I met my ex, I got together with my ex, in like February 1st or February 2nd of 2018, to December 1st, 2020. That's Scammy Claus or ScamSlam or whoever the fuck it is. I mean, I don't know who Mark 11 is either. But see, these people want to be infamous. Is what it is. And I haven't been in a hospital for at all like that since 2013. Nope, sorry, I take that back. It was in 2023 when I tried to off myself. In February of 2023. And I promised someone that I would never do anything like that again. Because I know that it hurt that person very much. And I will never hurt him again. I will never do that again. I don't know. Right now, the issues I'm having is I'm waiting for a DNA test to find out if I'm Tanya or not. Most likely I am. They want to be infamous. You know, everybody wants to be famous, right? Well, when they have no talent, they have nothing going for them, they will go after others who they know are going to be big for one reason or another. Me, I started getting into the entertainment industry in 2023, but now I'm finding out that I might be this person that's been missing for over 41 years now. So, yeah. Hello. But yeah, the lies that I've been told, it's so pathetic. You want to, like, here's my thing at this point, because this has been going on for 2 fucking years now. These people want to keep doing the bullshit